Hello sacred beings, and welcome to my channel. As promised, I am back with some more videos for you guys. I'm currently sitting outside of my RV and we are by a busy highway, so hopefully that's not too distracting in the background. I will try to speak loud and clear so you guys can understand me. In the future, I would love to get a microphone. That would be a lot easier, but let's just hope for the best and continue with this video. So if you have the notification bell turned on, you would have been able to see that I posted a poll of what you want to see in today's video. So although today's video is about astral projection, it received the lowest amount of rating on the poll, but I did get some comments that all the topics were good ones to talk about. But I wanted to talk about astral projection today because I had some crazy experiences I want to share with you guys, and we are going to do the starseed video right after this video. So you will get your starseed video. That's the one that won the most votes, but I thought let's do the astral projection one first because I'm super excited to share this information with you. So if this is your first time seeing my face, hi, I'm Jewel and I travel full-time in an RV. I'm currently in Nashville, Tennessee until after the winter, and then I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm going to Maine for this summer. I'm so excited. We're going to Bar Harbor. I've never been there, and by the time we get there we would have seen all of the states, so it's really exciting. Next summer is gonna like wrap up this traveling journey I've been on since 2019. But on this channel I talk all about spirituality, starseeds, a little bit of like witchcraft stuff, a lot about the astral realm, and just really spiritual stuff that you guys want to see. So anything you want is what I talk about mainly, which right now it's more about starseeds. So let's just talk about my astral projection video today, and then starseeds in the next one. And also, if that's the type of stuff you guys like, then make sure to hit the subscribe button. We have recently hit 2,000 subscribers. I'm so excited for that. Thank you. I did not think we would ever get that far, and I know it does not sound like a lot, but to me that is a lot. So let me stop rambling. I'm just super excited to be back on YouTube for you guys. It feels good to be back, so let's go. So I had 2 astral projections, like 2 nights in a row. So I have a lot of experiences to share with you over those 2 nights. It happened on December 14th and December 15th, and the full moon was on the 15th. So I think that's what really had those energy, like making it easy to leave your body. For those of you who don't know, astral projection is when your body is asleep at night, but your soul is awake. So like your spirit, your soul leaves your body to go travel the astral realm while your physical body is still asleep. Not to be confused with lucid dreaming. Lucid dreaming is when you know you're in a dream. So within these 2 nights of 2 nights in a row astral projections, I had 3 new experiences that have never happened to me, and I've been astral projecting since I was really young. I remember telling my mom about it or waking up screaming because I used to have night terrors. So in today's video, I will be telling you about the experiences that I left my body more than 10 times in 2 nights, which is really rare. But before I begin, I do want to say, if you've listened to my other stories of astral projection and experiences, I do recommend, if you're trying to do this, to be living or sleeping in the same area for at least 2 months. And that kind of clarifies this video because we've been here since October and we're in December. Well, it's almost January now. So we've been over 2 months, and if this happened at my new spot, so this is a new site we're in Tennessee. A couple weeks ago we were at a different spot in the same campground where I astral projected there slightly, but as soon as we moved to this spot where we are, which I might show you later, out there is super beautiful. We see deer and birds, and we've seen we've heard coyotes, and we've seen bobcats. So lots of animal activity around here. But I just thought it was weird that when I was in Wisconsin before coming to Tennessee, I did not astral project at all. I think maybe one time I left my body and snapped right back. It just wasn't very, I don't know if I wasn't very comfortable there, or there just wasn't a lot of activity in the specific spot in Wisconsin that I was. And I was also thinking maybe the spot we're at right now is close to like an energetic vortex or a portal or something, because there is portal activity in these astral projection experiences I had here. So I want to look more into that. I don't know if you guys have seen, I'll post it above, but it's how to locate portals and vortexes near you based on the Google Maps and like where your house is or places you go like hiking that you can go to and actually find. So I want to see, I'm gonna look it up just to see where we are, maybe in another video. So let's get started with the first one. Was on December 14th. So in both experiences, so the 14th and the 15th, I woke up at 5 a.m. to go to the bathroom, and then I stayed awake for a while because, as you can tell, it's pretty loud outside with the highway, so you can hear that in the RV when you're trying to sleep. And also my boyfriend was snoring extremely loud, and I knew I had to wake up in a couple hours to go to work. So in both videos, I think this had some strong significance of why it was so easy to do it. So at 5 a.m., getting up to go to the bathroom, and like hard to fall asleep because you keep hearing noises. So this is where the first new thing happened. So as soon as I knew, I was aware that I was astral. So I don't know if you guys do this, but when I fall asleep sometimes, it's hard to tell if my eyes are open or closed, or I'll realize like my eyes are open, and I mean, why are my eyes open looking in the dark? Because I think they're closed. I don't know if you guys do that, but it helps with astral projection because you'll have that feeling of, oh, my eyes are open, but they're really not. It's your astral body's the eyes that are open, making you aware that you're ready to leave your body. Because I've been doing astral projection for so long, I have kind of not skipped to the vibration level. Like when you're aware that you're astral, you'll feel the vibrations. And I felt it so many times that now I know, instead of sitting in that time frame of letting your body vibrate, this is where you hear noises, and I've talked about this in other videos, I just leave my body right away and skip all of that because I don't want to be stuck there. I don't want to be as scared, and I don't want to waste time because time is very precious when you're astral projecting because you never know when you're going to get too excited and wake yourself up. So the weird thing that's never happened before is, instead of like rolling out of my body that I've talked about before, that's my main method, I ended up sitting up and crossing my legs like you would like when you're meditating or like in the Indian pose. And as soon as I did that, I closed my eyes and I thought, because you do everything with thought and that's how you communicate, is telepathically, I was telling myself or whatever in the astral realm to take me somewhere I needed to go, and I instantly started floating up through the roof and out the RV, and I floated up pretty high in that position. So I started flying around like in the meditation stance, which I thought was pretty crazy. And then I saw a bunch of other people flying in a line, so I decided to follow them, and it led to a school. So you guys know, if you've been watching me for a while, a lot of my dreams or astral projections or lucid dreaming, I'm always at a school because I feel like I'm always learning something in the astral realm. Because there's so many things to be learning while we're on Earth, and I think I do a lot of that on the astral plane. So as soon as we got to the school, it got kind of blurry, and I'm pretty sure I snapped back and I woke up. I tried to go back to sleep, and I become aware that I'm able to leave my body. And when I do this, I go into the living room and I see, this is another first, I see Alex, my boyfriend, in the living room. He's in the kitchen, and it's his astral self, which I've never seen before. And I remember like talking to him telepathically and like grabbing his hand and like, want to see something cool. So I tried to get him to go outside the door with me, and I don't know if he woke up in the bedroom or he like went somewhere else on the astral plane, but he just disappeared. So I think I scared him or something. I asked him about this in the morning, and he didn't have any recollection of it, but he's not one to remember his dreams. I tell him everybody dreams, you just don't remember it. He has a really hard time remembering his dreams. Since he wasn't there, I still went outside, and it was super dark outside. And I've talked about like when you're on the lower levels of the astral plane, it's dark. So I always look around. In this specific experience, I looked around in the distance and I saw a bright light, so I went to follow it, and it led me to a village, and there was people, and it was no longer dark outside, so it's like you're going to a different level of the astral plane. But as soon as I got to the village, I did see people. There was a woman, but I got, I don't know, too excited, or something woke me up in the physical realm, and I snapped back and was no longer astral. Since I knew like the activity and the chances of astral projecting were so high that night, for my third time, I fell asleep with the intention of astral projecting to visit a specific person, because you can do that once you get your skills high enough. The whole time before I fell asleep, that's what I was thinking. And then this is where the third new experience I've never done before happened. We now have like a new mirror in our bathroom. Like when you open the bathroom door, the door can stay open and there's a full body mirror there. And that was open when I went into the living room in the astral realm. And I decided, I don't know where it came from, but to go through the mirror. And it could be from like recent movies I've been watching of like traveling through portals through mirrors. And that's what I think gave me the idea. But I went through the mirror thinking to see that person. And I never left the mirror. It was like I was standing behind the mirror looking at them. But it wasn't them. It was like this old person. So I don't know if it was like them when they're older or them in a different lifetime, or I don't know who it was, but it wasn't what I was looking for. And at that point, I just snapped back or got woken up again. And then I became astral again, and you know, when you do it a bunch of times, it kind of gets overwhelming and very tiresome, and the experiences get shorter for some reasons. But this time I knew I was astral, and I decided there is a window right by my bed. So I just stood up and put my head out the window, because I've talked about in other videos that, you know how I floated through the roof, you can go through walls, mirrors, anything. Like there's nothing solid in the astral realm. Everything you can pass through as long as you're mentally open to it and you have no fear or doubt. So I just stuck my head out the window and I brought it back in. And when I brought my head back in, this shadow like came across the window outside looking in. And I remember going like, nope, 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 because I don't want to get afraid of anything in the astral, because that makes it worse. So I was just like, nope, and I woke myself up or snapped back to my body. That first night when I was trying to find the person, I didn't successfully accomplish that goal. But in the second night, so let's talk about December 15th. So this is the next night, same thing. I woke up at 5 a.m. This time, instead of it being super loud outside with the traffic, which it was, and my boyfriend snoring, also add in that it was raining. And if you've ever been in an RV when it's raining, or like a tin roof house, it's super loud. So that kind of kept my senses aware and made it easy to astral project again. So this time I had in my mind again to see a certain person. It was a different person than before. So I've talked about this technique where before you open a door, so like I left the room in the astral realm, and before I opened the door to go outside, I mentally, thought to take me to where that person is, or when I open the door, that person will be there. And when I opened the door, it was just dark outside and just looked like the normal astral, like outside experiences that I've seen before. So I was like, wow, that didn't work. But when I was standing outside, I noticed at the back of the RV, we have another door. It's a small door we use for like laundry and like easy access to our garbage cans and stuff. So we don't really use it, but it's still a door, and it was glowing like a white light in the astral realm. So when I opened the door to go back inside the RV, the person was there. So that was a new experience for me of going through two doors to get to where you want to go. Sorry, I really hope this video is audible. I hope it is. So that basically worked, that technique. I remember I saw the person, we had our experiences in the astral realm, and then I snapped back and I left my body again, seeking that person out again, and it worked. So I kind of had a theory, like, because it was two different people I was seeking out, one of them worked, one of them it didn't. I'm wondering if it has to do with that person's astral self or their soul and like the connection that they're open to. Maybe that's what lets you contact other people. So though, that's definitely food for thought if you're trying to contact other people in the astral realm. But those are basically all the experiences I had of the astral realm that I wanted to share with you guys. So I hope I gave you some good pointers of like, try to go through mirrors, try to use that to your advantage, but also be careful with mirrors. I also recommend trying to sit in the meditation state with your legs crossed, or meditating in the astral realm, that could be very helpful. And then what I personally want to do in my next experiences is not so much seek out people from the earth plane or the physical plane, but instead try to focus my intentions to seeking out like my higher self or guides, or talking to people in the realm, asking them if they have any messages for me. Things we've done before, like in my other videos with mermaids, and like speaking to people who give me specific messages. I feel like that would be more beneficial. I want to ask the astral realm beings or my higher self, like, how can I help the world be a better place? Like, what can I physically be doing in the earthly plane to help others? So that's what I want to focus on, instead of like the low level energies of seeking people out physically. So yes, thank you guys for watching. If you've made it this far, definitely give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're still here, I have a little spoiler. The next video, we're going to be talking about 7 new star seeds. And at the end of that video, which I'm gonna record right now, stay tuned for a spoiler for there of what's to come next. Because as I've said from my community post, I've been super inspired lately, so I definitely want to be recording more for you guys. So thank you so much for your patience while I took my long leave of absence unexpectedly, and thank you for welcoming me back to the community. So I will see you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Bye. Here's the background. Mm-hmm.